Hey, hi, Raish. How are you?
I'm good, Praveen. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Yeah, doing great. Thanks for asking.
Um, can you give me a minute? I'll be back.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah, Praveen. Yeah, I'm back.
Yes,
Shall we start,
yes, right.
Praveen? Shall we start?
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Yeah, I've gone through your profile. Can you tell me about yourself and your roles and responsibilities in your current organization?
Yes, Raish. First of all, thanks for giving this opportunity. My name is Praveen. I am from Andhra Pradesh. I have totally 5 years, 6 months experience in SQL and Azure SQL. I have started my career, with one product-based company where it is located in XLR Technologies. I have been a certain period of with that, and after that, since from I am from South, I have moved to the Bangalore. I have got opportunity to work with EY. I have worked. I'm presently working with the EY, so where I have learned SQL along with the Azure migrations, Azure fundamentals. I did my fundamental certification along with the DP 300, and we are presently facing of the migrating more than 3,000 servers, and our team is migrated more than 3,000 servers. So we are purely taking care of the migrations, lift and shift, and side by side migrations from on-premises to Azure, Azure to the on-premises. Few of the servers were migrating from on-premises to AWS. So I'm purely certified in the Azure, so that my present role here is Azure database SQL engineer. I have been here in this company more than 2.5 years. So I have good experience on Azure SQL administrator level. Rajesh.
Good to hear that, Praveen. Thanks. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Um, can I know what are the main benefits of using this Azure SQL? Like since all of our servers are in on-prem and we're
Mm.
most of the users are trying to move to the Azure. So what are the benefits have you seen?
Yeah, Azure SQL database, major benefits, as you said, you pointed into the benefits. So benefits security when comes to my on-premises. So where we need to security wise, we need to take care of each and individual layer, right from the encryption level, where it is the encryption by default, it's going to be available Azure SQL database. And also protection wise, we have Defender service in Azure, where it is comparing with the on-premises, we need to purchase that layer and we need to secure our data. So Azure is offering encryption level by default, and also downtime 99.99% SLA when comparing with the on-premises. When it's in case of anything goes wrong, the whole responsibility will going to taken care by the Microsoft. So we have less a downtime, and anything happen, entire things will going to be taken by the Microsoft, which is not possible in on-premises.
Okay, fine, thanks. So 99.9 downtime, that is for all the service models or like for what? Like, is it for all people or is for the specific um, uh, licensed people?
No, no, for everyone. It goes to everyone. It goes to for all flavors like IAS, pass in different flavors
Hmm.
for everyone.
Okay, good. So what are the common challenges have you seen working with Azure? If so, like how you handle them, like how you overcome them, like overcome them. Those are challenges that you have faced.
Yeah, see, generally, as I said, we are purely taking care of the migration project. We have seen lot many challenges once we have migrated from on-premises to Azure. We have seen a lot of performance-related issues. So as I said, how I overcome. So overcoming, comparing with the on-premises, here we have a lot of beneficiary where we can, when I said performance-related issues, we can check it in case of anything suspicious, like CPS goes high during certain period, where we have Azure portal, and we have separate services, Azure analytics services. Once we can configure during this time, what was the time a CP got went to the spike, which is a query is running by the time. We can isolate that query, and what is that query is doing, we can try to tune the query, or we have option like automatic tuning, we can enable it. So these kind of challenges I have faced. As I said, how I overcome, yes, I have explored like Azure has a like automatic tuning option, and also like we have Azure Analytics services where we can track the this one entire historical information, where that beneficiary in on-premises we are not going to get. In on-premises, we will not get the historical information. Where we will get the historical information, Azure, using of the Azure portal, log analytics, and also we have Azure separately services we used to call analysis services.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah,
As I said,
yeah,
it maintains the historical information. Like how many
yeah.
days it will maintain the historical information?
The days, it's a good question. Days, I am not sure, but we have gone through 15 days historical information,
Hmm.
and also query. We have query optimizer.
Hmm.
By default, it will going to be enabled,
Okay.
and so I'm not sure that. So sorry to
Okay. Fine. Fine. No issue.
definitely I will learn it.
No problem,
Yeah,
Praveen.
yeah,
It's fine.
yeah.
How would you ensure the security of sensitive data stored in Azure? Like since we are maintaining the sensitive data like banking data or financial data of a customer, how would you ensure that we have a security while maintaining the data in Azure?
So well, nowadays, every data is like sensitive. Everything is like in dependency. I can come with the example. If everything linked with the Aadhaar card, in case of in India, basically I am from India. I'm trying to coming with the example like no Aadhaar card. Once you have OTP, you can do anything. So considering this, Microsoft came with a lot of layers protection of the layers. Basically, there came with uh, by inbuilt encryption. Data will going to be encrypted by inbuilt, and also we have firewalls, authentication methods. Authentication in the sense multi-factor authentication. We are not going to be authenticate directly. We have multi-factor authentication. So implementing this, we have enter ID in the sense based on your role, based on your permission, you're going to able to access. If you're not going to be within the premises, or if you're in different tenant you're trying to accessing, if you don't have the access, it will directly throw how our AD authentication will going to be used. Token based authentication, same like Azure Active Directory, it will verify everything. If you're not secured person, it will not going to allow you to come to inside. So like this way, Azure will going to behavior, I feel like more protection comparing with the on premises.
Good. Mm. Can you explain the difference between the Azure SQL database and SQL Server on Azure VMs? What might be the deciding factor in choosing one over the other?
Yeah, Azure SQL database. Basically, it comes under cloud computing. When we discuss about, we have IaaS PaaS. Azure SQL database comes under the PaaS. The PaaS has different flavors in Azure SQL. So one is Azure SQL database, and one is Azure managed instance. Azure SQL database, it's kind of single database, purely managed by the Azure. Only we will host our data. uh, so everything is going to be taken care, like everything in the sense networking, storage, and remaining rest of the part platform, everything is going to be take care. If we want able to manage the platform, so we can't able to manage the platform. Purely pass flavor is going to be taken care by the Microsoft. We don't have any control. So coming to the Azure VM, the Azure VM comes under the as infrastructure as a service. So infrastructure as a service, in the sense we have full-fledged control. We can control the our environment, like whenever we want to down the environment, we can down it. When whatever we want to install, we can install it. So it's kind of similar with our traditional on-premises server. We can install the SQL server along with the different services within the box, where it is not possible in the PaaS services. So this is a major difference. The PaaS is like more securable when we are comparing with the IaaS. IaaS will use like kind of test and development purpose. PaaS will be production servers like. So once you are ready to move, we can push the database to the platform as a service, where we are like more securable and compare cost wise, well less cost wise. Cost in the sense, we want to deploy the Azure VM under the IaaS service. We need to take care of. We need to purchase like not only services. We need to hire the engineers, data engineers to manage the services, where it is not required for the past Azure SQL database. Only data will going to be managed our sites staff. I mean, our agents. Remaining people, remaining stuff will going to be handled by the Microsoft
Good,
services.
good, good,
Yeah.
Praveen. Like as I said, like which service model is suitable for the large databases and like to store the sensitive information, like I said before, like which one you could recommend for that?
Large database in the sense how large it is.
It's around 2 terabyte single databases, for example.
See, we have like Azure Pass itself. We have a premium, standard, general premium. The premium will can able to handle the 2 terabytes. Yes, when it's a legacy application, like old application, so where it is required lot of manual interpretation, and we need our own control. Like we have like browser service, we have like shared services, those and all operator need to be controlled by ourselves. Means yes, obviously we need to take option IaaS only.
Okay,
VM,
enough.
Azure VM.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
How do you manage the performance and monitoring of this Azure SQL databases? Like, do you have any some best practices to follow that you have followed before?
So we have like query, as I said previous, log analytics services, Azure analysis services. So we will see the resource incentives queries, which query is taking the high CPU. Just we'll have a look in every day. So it's going to be a geographical information. You'll get it in Azure portal. When you log into the Azure portal, we have when you select the instance or Azure VM, where we have log analytics services. You can just add it whichever resource do you want to add it. You can check it. Is there any suspicious during the time CPU goes high? What makes you to CPU goes high? We need to check the during the time. Is there any query is causing? If that query is having proper indexes or not, we'll check it. And we have like DTO models. When you said like an Azure CQ DTO models, you have deployed like DTO model Azure single database, and you have decided to the create the pool in the sense you have going to add in the multiple databases. In the pool, one of the databases like a culprit. Because of that, entire instance goes wrong. We need to isolate that which database is culprit using of the Azure Analytics services,
Hmm.
and we can find it, and we can try to remove the database, and we can add it in single instance, and we can make it to the operation to the run. And apart from that, we have DMVs, same like in traditional on-premises servers. A few of the DMVs still we
Okay,
can use it in Azure.
okay,
We can
okay.
isolate that. Yeah.
And enough, Ravin. Like, sorry for stopping
Yeah.
you every time, like because we
Yeah. No.
have only
No. No.
30
No.
minutes, 30 minutes of schedule, and I have a lot of
Yeah. No.
questions. So
No.
please don't mind. How do you
Yeah. Get it.
maintain the high availability? Like as we see in the on-premises, we have a lot of high availabilities like lock shipping, database mirroring, replication, clustering. How do you maintain the data consistency in Azure SQL database? Do you have any high availabilities?
Yeah, we have like a geo replication as the same is similar like that behavior of geo replication similar like with always on. but it's going to be async mode. It's going to be replicated in different geo regions. Where it is in case of anything goes wrong, your primary instance within the small amount of downtime, automatically secondary instance will going to be come up. And geo replication not only for that. It will going to be like behave like a load balancer. Same how we are going to be use read only routing in the on premises. Same way we can geo replication we can utilize in Azure. Yes, the challenge is like higher cost we need to pay. Same similar like how much you're going to spend for the primary. Same compute we need to pay for secondary as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Can you explain the purpose of elastic pool and the functionality of it also, like how it would be useful for the organization while using this elastic pools?
The pool in the sense nothing but shade in the sense like I'll come with example like when we are going to the xyz destination to some other destination, like so if you don't mind I can come with the example where it has we have India like blah blah. When we are going to the from one destination to other destination, we can try to pool the people like uh, saving some cost like petrol cost we can add into something. Same way in Azure single database, when you select the DTU, you can purchase 16 cores and 128 GB RAM. Sometime your database will not going to be useful, but you need to pay for the entire amount. So considering this, we can add to the database. Let us example, you are the tester, you are going to do the testing in the daytime, I am the developer, we are going to do, I'm developing nighttime. We can use the same instance under the same compute, different pools we are. So where it is we can reduce the cost wise and simultaneously we can use the same instance and under the different databases.
Okay, good. So, can you explain the process of migrating a traditional SQL Server database to an Azure SQL database instance? And
Yeah.
are you using any tools to do that?
Yes. First of all, Azure traditional server migrating to the Azure managed RIS. First of all, we have tools like as you said, we are going to use the tools like DMA database migration assistance. First of all, we'll run the DMA. It'll going to do the schema level test, is there any duplicate features? If it is duplicate features, how we are going to be, we'll check with the release notes. Let us example, I'll come with example. We are migrating 2016 to 22. We will check with the is there any data mail configuration is level changes or any store procedure need to be adjusted. So it'll isolate, DMA will get isolate. So based on that we'll check with the release notes 2022, or really it is possible to upgrading 2019 16 to 2019. We'll check the release notes, then we can run the DMA assistance. We'll find out any duplicate features. After that, we'll use the we have different migrations like online and offline. If it is offline, as you said, traditional way taking backup and restore. If it is online, we'll try to configure the always on between your on premises and traditional IR servers.
Mhm.
We'll just join the node, we'll configure the always on. Once it's got sync, we'll take the ample of downtime, we'll inform to the application to the get connect with your next newly joined node, become a primary. If everything goes good, we'll inform to the application to use same thing. Or if that is not possible, always in is not possible, so we have data migration services, online sync, which actually it's backend mechanism like a log shipping mechanism. It'll just pull the data from the on-premises to, it'll push to the Azure. It'll work on job functionality, like how it's going to be a log shipping will going to work like copy moving data. Same way DMS service will going to be work. So
Oh,
we have different we'll plan based on the client requirement
got it.
basically.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Any prerequisites that we have to check in terms of version or compatibility level?
Yes. So I'll come with the example. Recently, we have did the migration, like 2016 to 2019. So few of the servers, 2016 SP2. So minimum to migrate to 2022 or 2092, these servers should be there in SP3. See, it's a demand by the Microsoft because of lot of features need to be deprecated to the SP2 itself. So do you want to upgrade the server 2016 to 2019 minimum to be SP3. So first of all, we'll check with these kind of prerequisite using of the Microsoft release notes, where to where we are moving. So we can go through the release notes and we can check it. Apart from that, as I said, we have DMA services, DMA migration assistant, data migration assistants. This tool will isolate the is there any database duplicate features, or anything we need to be tune it, like database schema level. This tool will help you to isolate. Traditional will follow the same way.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this automatic tuning is in Azure SQL server? Like how it would be helpful for in terms of performance.
Automatic tuning, yeah. See, Azure came with like we don't want see, let us example, in a traditional way, in case of anything goes wrong, we need to go and check with the slow running queries, who is the SPID, and we need to find it, what is that query is doing, what for this waiting. So where it is like in Azure, automatic tuning option is available. So whenever the query is running, taking longer time, instead of seek is happening, scan is happening, it will find that particular object. It will try to create the index by a default. It will run it. So I can say like automatic tuning. Sometimes it's really going to be useful. Creating the extra index and tuning the by mission itself, it will lead to the some other issue. Yes, automatic tuning, it will really help, and simultaneously we need to monitor that which index got created, it's really useful, or temporary base it's got created, we need to check it.
Yeah, good, 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 too good. So I have one last question, Praveen.
Yeah.
See, I have a client. He is believing that in on-prem we have a data security while we are maintaining them kind of a banking or any financial kind of a data which is very sensitive.
Mm.
Storing the data in Azure is not secure. He's believing like that. So how do you compromise him? Like Azure is good to store the data and we can, um, minimize the cost, or what are the benefits we have? How do you compromise the client to move to the Azure from on-premises database? You got it
Oh,
right?
yeah, I understood. So yeah, we can say like see, first of all, I can say like authentication in the sense. So we have like multi-factor authentication, as I said in previous. So it will do the multi-factor authentication. It will not going to be allow you directly, and where it has like we have enter ID. The enter ID will going to be designed based on your roles. So let us assume like previous the if you are going to be administrator, you can do anything in the box, but when we are going to be come to the Azure role based, like you are going to be contributor, you have certain level only access. You are going to be administrator, you have full-fledged access. So like this way, and also not only from this, and we have like uh, firewalls, different firewalls, and also as I said, encryption TD is going to be enabled by default. Azure SQL databases, we don't want to do the separately. The TD is going to be enabled by default, and also alerting and monitoring. As I said, role based authentication, whenever
Okay.
the person is trying to
Without
accessing.
without charging anything extra, like TD is going to charge anything extra, or
E-
is it by default?
yes, it's by default.
Okay. We don't have to pay anything extra for that.
No, 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 no.
Okay. Mhm.
And also if still the customer says like we need to isolate a few of the information, we need to mask the information, we have data masking option. And also like vulnerability assignments, we can run the vulnerable assignments. And Microsoft always will release the patch. They will address always vulnerability assignments, we can do it. And firewall configuration, we have vnet virtual nets, like virtual net is not going to be exposed over the internet. If we are going to use the private endpoints, it's not going to be accessible. Private endpoint over the VPN should be need to be get connect, where it is not like public endpoint. Private endpoint always like secure. The between tunnel always VPN will be going to be there, like Azure VPN. It will going to be take care of the rest of the security when unknown firewall try to hit to the your server. It will not going to allow you to this. First of
Okay.
all, a small summary, like authentication, authorization, firewalls, data encryption, data masking, vulnerabilities. So I feel like Azure more secure.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
What about the recovery? Like how if the some of the data we lost, how much of data the Azure is going to be stored? How many days of data the Azure is going to store it? Like what is the retention I'm
So
talking about? Like that's what my intention. Retention.
Azure have a recovery, like as I said, Azure will have recovery. By default, Azure will have transaction log backup every 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So point in time recovery possible. You don't want to be like like restoring like a traditional way. You need to restore full backup, differential backup, then point in recover log backup.
Mm-hmm.
Those kind of lengthy process not required. So we have option in Azure portal. When is the loss of the data? We can just select the time, periodic time. Just we can select it. It will automatically get restored. So
Mm-hmm.
as I can say, like 99.99% SLA will be there. We can recover the data.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, that's it, Praveen. I'm good. I hope you'll get a call from HR for the further round. Hope you'll see you again.
Uh,
Thank, thank you so
okay,
much. Thanks
Rajesh.
for your time.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time. Thank you so much.
Bye.